Well guys, the R9 brake issue has been resolved, sort of. So, Yamaha Australia have no idea what happened. They think could be a manufacturing issue, not sure. But they replaced the rotors, calipers, brake pads, the whole thing. And one of the technicians took it out for a break-in run. He did like 40-50 k's or whatever it was, brought it back. I picked it up, went for a ride around the block to make sure it was all good still. But what I found was it's on the slow roll to a stop, you still have that pulse, that sort of what's the word, like porpoising, like duh, duh, duh. But at high speed, you don't feel it anymore. So the issue I had was a high speed trail brake into a corner. The front would just do this, and like you almost lose the front. So the bike was bucking and weaving, which is not good, you know, for any bike. But that's done. I went in the hills a couple of days, probably a week ago, and thought, well, okay, maybe it's a heat issue, a warp issue. So I went out there and did a few spirited riding things. And at one point, I almost saw 80 k's an hour. And I hit the brakes hard. And the ABS kicked in, the back was in the air, the usual stuff. And did it again and again and again to try and find out, to exaggerate, or to try and find out, to pinpoint whether it was heat or cooling. Then I went out and I rode around for half an hour, let the brakes cool down, and then just brake normally. And it's only when you're on the constant braking, like up to a traffic light kind of thing, you feel that there's nothing in the lever, it's just on the pad. Just on the brake, or the pad, or the disc. So, yeah, well, there you go. Just been watching a 44 teeth roundup of the probably 9 months ago or something, of the brakes on the R9. They didn't like the front brakes. Didn't say why. We didn't like them. So yeah, I don't know. Yamaha Australia have done what they can for us to try and figure it out, but it's still not right. I spoke to a few of the guys that bought the first batch. There's 4 bikes. They don't see anything wrong with the front brakes, but they're not spirited riders, can I say. One of them does do track, but not in the group that I'm in. So I'm not sure. I'm not saying anything wrong with what they do, but I do believe there's still something not right with the front of my bike. I won't push the point. I'll ride it. If it, like, they've done all they can. Like, Yamaha Australia have done all they can to try and figure it out. I think it's a batch issue. That they think it's a batch issue. But if it comes to a point where when I take the bike to the track and I still feel it, I don't feel confident, I'll just buy the Brembo's rotors and put them on. You know, because it's the first generation of a brand new bike. What can you do, you know? So, and if it works, I'll say, hey guys, I figured it out. It's the rotors. Put these on or whatever, and we'll figure it out. Anyway, so there you go. There's the update. Stay safe, ride fast, enjoy your life. See you guys.